Welcome to another edition of Mark's Inspiration. Glad you could join me here today as always. And it's a beautiful spring morning here in St. Louis, Missouri today. Hope it's beautiful wherever you are in the world. And today's topic is going to be a continuation of my new book, The Power is Within. And the power is within you. It's not out there in the sky, out there in the space, out there in the universe somewhere, although the power is everywhere. But what you have to remember is it's within you. It's among us. It's not something that you have to grasp for, look for, or seek for. It is within you. It's already there. You may have to uncover it, discover, discard the things in you that's blocking you off from that power, but the power is always within you. It's always with you. It never has left from you. You may feel separated from it, but that is because of certain actions and attitudes and things that have happened to you in the past that you haven't dealt with. Always look within for the answer to your problems. The outer world is but a reflection of what is going on inside of you. If you're having problems outside, the problem first began within you, and the outer world reflects that back to you. And it's a good deal. It's a message to you. People are messengers. Situations are messengers to you, so you can discover yourself. Okay, we're on chapter 2. And before we continue, smash that like button and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. We have a video coming out every day. So here we go, chapter 2. An inside problem. Yes, everything is an inside problem. Our problems arise out of ourselves. But guess what? The solutions arise within ourselves. They come from within, as well as the problems. You create your world with your thinking. I could never repay my mother and father for all they did for me over the course of my life, but to be able to care for them before their death was a gift that I will always cherish, and I know they will also. Of course, they're past now, and my dog wants to bark because the other dogs in the neighborhood are barking. Okay, if you are able to do that for your parents, no matter how bad your childhood was, or how bad you perceive it to be. Everything is a perception. Yeah, I know. You think, well, Mark, you don't know what happened to me. Well, no, I don't. But you can't change that. But you can change your perception of it. Whatever happened to you in the past has made you who you are today. And if you're watching this channel, you want to be something more than what you are. I hate to say better because that implies that you are not good enough. You are good enough right now. You are perfect as you are. As I say about the rose, is the rose only perfect when it's fully bloomed? Or is it not perfect as a bud? Is it not perfectly wilted? Each stage is perfection, but we judge perfection by our perceptions of what we like. It's like good and bad. It depends where you're standing, on what side of the fence you're standing on, what is good or bad to you. What is good for some people is terrible for others. Okay. I suggest you do it. It may not heal every wound, but it will do more to soothe them than you think. I know my parents put me through a lot, and I put them through arguably even more. I have a hard time with that word. But they did the best they could. There are no handbooks for raising children. I make mistakes just like my parents did. My parents were much better than their parents. I suggest you try to find out something about how your parents were raised, what their childhood was like. Then you may be more forgiving of them for what you think they did wrong, for the mistakes you feel like they made. I'll guarantee you, you are going to make mistakes also. The only thing you can do is what I've done with my children. I tell my kids, look, I'm going to make mistakes. I'm going to do things that you don't think are good or right. You can pass that on to your children, or you can change it. You do something different. You be better than me as a father. And then as the generations proceed, your family becomes stronger and better. You can only change what you are today. You can't change the past. You can have a better future by living in this present moment and being better or more or different than you are or different than you were. If you don't like that, you can do that today, only today. Everything is the present moment now. Yesterday at this time, it was now. Tomorrow at this time, it will be now. There is only now. I realize that's a hard conception to grasp, and I can't honestly say that I grasp that. I somewhat understand it more as each day passes, but it's easy to get off in the future. It's easy to start thinking about the past and your regrets if you have them. But you did the best you could with the knowledge and the wisdom that you had. Don't judge your past by the wisdom and knowledge you have today. You wouldn't make the same mistake today, okay? But you did it then because that was the best you could do. And that goes for you and everybody. I know that's hard to accept when someone has wronged you, and certainly you feel like they knew that it was wrong what they did. But they didn't know in a way of wisdom, or they would not have done it. Okay, we don't come into this world with a handbook taped to our foreheads on how to be raised. I think I just said something about that. Every one of us is unique and complex and presents different challenges for those trying to keep us alive and on track toward a life of respectability. But there are certain principles that apply to all human beings just as universally as our needs for air, water, and food. Certain aspects of how we live our lives affect us just as much as these life-giving elements, maybe even more. There is a kind of food that we don't take in with our mouths, but our ears and eyes. This is just as important to living well as air, water, and food are to living in the first place. What kind of invisible food are you taking in? News that is mostly negative and fear-based? Hours of mindless TV just to pass the time? But what are you passing the time waiting for? The most valuable thing you have is time. When your time is up, it's up. You can't buy more of it regardless of how much money you have or how much useless trivia you amass. Why would you simply pass it? And too many people just pass the time. I know sometime years ago someone would say, "What are you doing?" "I'm just killing time." Killing time? To what? What are you killing time for? What are you passing time for? This is the time. This is the only time. That's all there is. And when your time is up, you can't buy anymore. You can't beg for any more. Well, you can beg, but you're not going to get it. That's it. So why waste your time today? We are all allotted a certain amount of time on this earth to do whatever it is you came here to do. And you know what that is. Each of us know what we came here to do. It comes as a voice, a little intuitive nudge, an idea that comes up maybe once a week, once a month, maybe every day. An idea that comes out of nowhere. But then we rationalize it, we logicalize it, and we say, I can't do that. I can't leave my job. I'll wait till the kids are grown. I'll wait till I retire. Yes, I'll do that when I retire. I'll do that when I get that new house, when I get that good job, when I get that raise. And ad infinitum, it goes on forever. We make excuses to not pursue the ideal version of ourselves. We justify it, we rationalize it with our conscious mind, not with the infinite mind that we came here with. We rationalize it away and justify us not doing anything to move towards what we really came here to do. But you will never have fulfillment until you pursue the purpose that you had within you when you came here. And you know what that is. Sometimes it seems like some impossible dream or task or something that you could never do, but yet it continues to pop up in your thoughts daily, weekly, monthly, yearly. It's a nudge, it's an urge, it's a incessant desire, pushing, but yet you push it down and you stuff it away. Maybe some other day, maybe some other time. I'll do it when my ship comes in, when I win the lottery, when Uncle Joe dies and leaves me $500,000 or 10 million or 50 grand or whatever it happens to be. But if you don't start now, you will never do it. You will never do it. And one day you'll wake up and you may not have much time left. Maybe you went to the doctor and they said you had cancer and you have 6 months to live, or 3 months, or a year. And then it's too late to do it. Not too late to start. You could pursue it, but you will be regretful because you didn't do what you came here to do. There are no second chances, at least not in this life. You may come back to get to do it again, whatever your beliefs on that may happen to be. But now is the time. Whatever it is within you, I'm talking about a true, heartfelt desire. Your desires are God urging you to do something with your life. And that something is whatever those desires or urges are. It could be anything. You know what it is, but you're afraid to step out and try it. Like Martin Luther King Jr. said, you don't have to see the whole staircase to take the first step. I love that quote. I mean, that is just amazing. I don't know if he came up with that on his own or he read that somewhere, but it's great. I'm assuming he came up with that, but they say only a fool assumes. But I love it anyway. He's attributed to making that quote, but step out there. You don't have to know the whole way. Seldom do you. Get up in the morning and make a plan. And then at the end of the day, look at how that, look at how that worked out. Man makes plans and God laughs. Now, I'm not a religious man. Whatever your conception of God may be, higher self, divinity, Jesus, Buddha, Krishna, Muhammad, Allah, whatever you believe God to be. Everyone has different perceptions of life, of God, of infinity. Maybe you're an atheist. Maybe you believe in a power that, I'm not sure what you believe, but I have listened to agnostics talk, and they were more spiritual or metaphysical than people who claimed to have a relationship or who went to church or had a certain religion. So that's between you and yourself, your higher self, your God, whatever. But you have that within you. What are you going to do with it? Pursue it. Step out. Take the first step. Take the first step, and the next step will be revealed to you. When I started this YouTube channel, I didn't know what a thumbnail was. I didn't know how to post a video. I didn't know how to edit a video. I didn't know anything about anything. Okay, and still there are many things that some of the more learned or experienced YouTubers do, or podcasters, that I don't even know how to do. I don't know how to have a live show. I don't know how to do a podcast, but I'm going to learn. You can learn to do whatever it is you desire to do. Don't be afraid. Step out. Ask for help. Ask for help. Successful people will help you because they know by helping you to be successful, they increase their success. Whatever you want in life, give it away. Okay? That's all we have for today. I truly appreciate you joining me. I hope this has been of value to you. Share it with a friend. Smash that like button. Subscribe. Have an awesome day.